Hey guys, my name is Annie and welcome to my channel, 10 to Life, where I am bringing you full true crime cases in under 10 minutes. Full cases, start to finish, but only what you want to hear. None of the boring storylines or the empty plots. Just the key facts, the most insane details, and all the unexpected stuff we know happens along the way. I'm coming to you directly from my apartment here in Brooklyn, New York, which if you're watching the video version of this on my YouTube channel, you can see beautiful New York behind me. And if you're listening to the podcast version of this, but you want to check out the video version, feel free to head over to my YouTube channel. If you guys like what you hear, please like, comment, share, review, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking that subscribe button below. If you have any case recommendations, send them my way. I would love to hear them. And don't forget to follow me on social @_Annie Elise. So let's get into the case. Hey guys, welcome back. The case we're going to be discussing today is about the ongoing search for actress Naya Rivera. And for those of you who don't know, Naya is 33 years old. She's best known for her starring role in the hit show Glee, and she has a 4-year-old son named Josie. Unfortunately, today we are on day 3 of the search efforts to recover and find Naya. She went missing on Wednesday afternoon when she and her young son Josie rented a pontoon boat and took it out on Lake Piru in Ventura County. And she and Josie have been out on this lake before. She's no stranger. However, the lake is known to have pretty scary conditions. So let's rewind it back to Wednesday to talk about what happened, what are the new details we know, how did they discover she was missing, and where are we today? So on Wednesday, Naya and her young 4-year-old son Josie arrive at the rental dock at about 1 p.m. And again, she's no stranger to this lake. You can see through the surveillance footage that she and her young son park the car, they get out, and they start walking towards the dock, towards their rented pontoon boat. And pontoons are typically pretty safe. It's a larger boat, it's not a speedboat. Very rarely have you ever heard occurrences of them capsizing or anything like that. It's pretty secure and pretty stable, and usually people rent these boats when they have large groups of people because they have bench seating, and again, it's just a larger boat. Lake Piru can run anywhere from 6 feet deep to 40 feet deep, and it's been said by several officials that underwater there is a lot of debris. There are trees, there are branches, there are so many things which make drowning, unfortunately, even more common in this lake. It's also been said that the visibility is extremely poor and you can really only see 5 to 7 inches in front of you because of not only the density, but all of these roots and trees and the debris that's in there. At about 4:30 p.m., they discover Naya's boat in an area of the lake called the Narrows, which is the north side of the lake. And they say that this specific area usually has pretty high wind conditions because of the way that it's configured, but also on that day there was higher wind conditions in general. So when they found the boat, they weren't sure if that's where the disappearance initially occurred or if it had been a few hours or several minutes, and because of these windy conditions, the boat had then drifted to this location. And the reason they went out to even locate her boat, there's a couple conflicting stories. One suggests that nearby boaters had passed her pontoon and noticed the young child on his own, no parents around, and he was sleeping in his life jacket, and so they called it in. Other reports suggest that around 4:30, when she was due back in the rental office to return the pontoon, she didn't arrive, so an employee actually went out looking for her, and that's who discovered the young child. However, regardless who it was, we do know that it was another boat and a bystander who identified this young boy by himself with no parental supervision, and that's when things were actually brought up to everybody's attention, and they're like, okay, something's wrong here. Why is this young boy alone on this boat and there's no parent in sight? As officials arrived to this boat, which is in that area I had mentioned called the Narrows, they identify Josie, 4-year-old little boy, on board, and they ask him, where are your parents? Where's your mommy? And he says that his mom went swimming and never came back. And there's reports that are saying that it was very difficult to get information out of him, which, hello, he's 4 years old. Of course it's difficult to get information out of a 4-year-old. And he was sleeping. He probably doesn't know what's going on. He probably doesn't know how long she's been missing, how long ago the swimming was, because again, he is 4. Give us a break. And not only that, but if they don't know the duration of how long she's been gone, again, they don't know if that boat floated over there because of the wind. They don't know if that's where the swimming incident took place and it's really only been a couple minutes. So it makes the search that much more challenging because the lake is so large and they really don't have a pinpoint as far as where this disappearance could have taken place. They only know where they are at now, where the discovery of the boat was. And as they're talking to Josie, they notice too that the adult-sized life jacket is still on board, which is not a good sign. And so they ask him again, where is your mother? What's happening? And he says she went swimming and she never came back. And then there's other reports that say that they both went swimming and she put him back on board, but then she never came on board herself. Now, young children very rarely give false statements, and when they are this particular age, not only is it that they don't have the ability to lie or make up a story or give false information. I mean, they can do that as they're older and if they're groomed, but very rarely do you see a child of this age giving false statements. So if he's saying, my mommy went swimming and never returned, I take that at face value, and I don't think that something more is happening here. I do believe that that is truly what happened. So immediately following this, authorities are notified and the search and rescue begins. They search by air, by ATV, with divers. They are bringing all hands on deck to try and locate this mother and determine what happened to her. Is she okay? And hopefully praying that she's still alive. I've heard a couple of reports and speculation that she may have abandoned her son, and that's why he was wearing his life jacket on board, and she wanted to make sure he was safe, tucked away on this safe boat, and then she left knowing that somebody would find him and that he would be safe. I have a really big problem with that because I know social media doesn't tell all, but if you've ever even looked at her social media for a second, you know how much her son means to her. She also says in her book that he is her greatest success story. They have such a close bond that I don't believe for a second she would willingly and knowingly put this young boy, life jacket or not, in harm's way or in a situation to possibly have a life-threatening accident occur. There is no way. So any reports of that, please just, no, go away. The day before this tragic accident happened, she posted this beautiful picture of the two of them snuggling with the caption, "Just the two of us." I mean, all of the photos she posts with this child, you can just see how much she loves him and how they truly are best friends, and there is just such a deep-rooted love and bond there. And what makes this story even more tragic is just days before this accident, on July 2nd, she posts this. "No matter the year, circumstance, or strifes, every day you're alive is a blessing. Make the most of today and every day you're given. Tomorrow is not promised." I mean, that sends chills all over my body because she didn't know this was going to happen. She didn't know that she was going to be going on this fun excursion with her young child on this boat, something they've done before, and then she would be missing. And as a mom, I really relate to this story, and it hits me pretty hard because I think about not only how heartbreaking that would be to be separated from your son in any circumstance, but to also have him be alone on a boat, wake up from a nap, not finding his mommy, not knowing what happened, and the idea that he's even on a boat by himself to begin with, whether there's a life jacket or not. I mean, it's just heartbreaking, and it just breaks my heart, and I really hope the best outcome for this family, and I hope by some miracle she is found alive. They suspended the search and rescue mission on Wednesday night around 10 p.m. and plan to resume on Thursday. They also changed the title from Search and Rescue to Search and Recovery because she is now at this point presumed to have drowned and presumed dead. They searched again all day on Thursday, and now here we are again on Friday, and still nothing has been found, unfortunately. And they have divers, they have a team of over 100 people searching for her. I mean, they are doing everything they can do to find her, but they have also said too that oftentimes drowning victims in this lake don't surface for up to 7 days because of the debris holding them down, that they really don't rise to the surface for several days. And I'm personally hopeful, although I know it's probably unlikely, I'm hopeful that they haven't found her yet because she did go to shore somewhere, or she's lost, or maybe she's injured, and that she is still alive, because this story is just too heartbreaking to actually be real. Now, I know they're doing everything in their power to search the waters, search nearby, but I really hope the police also have started an active investigation into the people in Naya's life, because oftentimes we believe something is an accident and we learn later on that it is something more sinister and possibly premeditated. And reports do say that it was just she and Josie who got on the boat, and that was only the name on the paperwork and nobody else was involved. And we see obviously too in the camera footage in the parking lot that they are the only two who get out of the vehicle. However, could they have possibly met up with somebody on the water? Could there have been somebody who joined them later down the road? I mean, police need now to also be investigating any ex-boyfriends, ex-husbands, any stalkers, because we know she's a celebrity. They need to be searching every single possibility in case there is something that indicates she may have been abducted or hurt or anything else like that. I mean, don't wait for 7 days to hopefully discover the body, and maybe you don't even discover it because it's not in there to begin with. Start looking at every single possibility out there, and I really hope the police are doing that. And nothing suggests that Josie's father, Naya's ex, or any of the ex-boyfriends, that they could be involved or there's any sort of combative relationship. So there is nothing that indicates that there could be some involvement there. In fact, his father, Ryan Dorsey, who's also an actor, went and picked up Josie and went to Naya's sister's house, and there's photos of him seen coming in and out of that house as well from yesterday. And he's not believed to be involved because there would not be a motive. However, you never know, and with any stalkers, because again, she's a celebrity, you just don't know. So I really hope that the police are investigating all possibilities and any possible leads to reunite this young 4-year-old boy and his mommy. I mean, it is so, so sad. There also has been a recent petition circling around that people want to sign because they say there need to be warning signs in the parking lot and on the lake for how dangerous this lake is. And it's been said that a lot of the locals in Ventura don't go to this lake because they know that it is so dangerous, but that a lot of tourists don't know. And although she wasn't a tourist and she's been to that lake before, it still doesn't negate that it is a dangerous place to be. So why aren't there more posted warning signs? Why isn't there maybe more personnel on the lake helping out, or like, not like a lifeguard, but I don't know what you would call it, like a coast guard of sorts, who are monitoring things as things are going on? Like, why isn't there more protection or at least warning for how dangerous this lake can be? This isn't the first time somebody's gone missing from this lake. It isn't the first time somebody's drowned at this lake. So there needs to be something done to get justice for not only all of those who have already been missing and passed away, but for any future accidents that could happen. I mean, you have the ability by putting up a couple of stupid signs to curb accidents and deaths. Why wouldn't you do it? So please go sign the petition if you haven't already. I'm going to leave the link to it in my description box below. I'll keep you guys updated as I hear any more updates. And again, let's all pray and hope for a safe outcome, a happy outcome, a miracle outcome, because this story just is so horrible and tragic and one of the worst accidents, if it is an accident, that I've ever heard of. It is just so horrible and heartbreaking. And to Naya's family, we're praying for you, we're thinking of you, we're hoping for her safe return. Poor little Josie, I am so sorry that this happened to your mommy and that you experienced this. I can't even imagine. And we're really hoping for a safe return and a happy ending to this. If you enjoyed listening to this case and you want to be notified of the updates, make sure you subscribe to my channel by clicking that button below and turning on the notification bell, and I will continue to keep you updated. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed it, please rate, comment, review, share. I'd also love to hear your feedback, as I always do, so please let me know what you think. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for listening.